today I wanted to talk about the topic of protectors. Now, you probably have heard us use that term quite frequently when referring to ourselves, and it is a very common thing in a lot of DID and OSDD systems. So I'm not necessarily an expert on the topic, even though I am a protector. I'm not really that well versed scientifically in it. So I do encourage you to go out and explore the topic a little more on your own if you want to find out a little more about it. But I mostly just wanted to talk about our own experience as protectors and what it means to be a protector to us. My personal role in the system is primary protector. I also sometimes use the term main protector, but it pretty much means the same thing. I just kind of use the terms interchangeably. But primary protector tends to be the term that is most commonly used in systems. But what that means to me, being the primary protector, I'm pretty much the first point of contact for the system. I'm always co-conscious with our host Ray, and I'm a co-host as well, of course, but I am just always close to the front, most of the time anyway. I'm pretty close to the front. So I communicate the most with Ray and the others, and I'm kind of the main point of contact. I'm also the first to respond usually in a lot of difficult situations or triggering situations. That's not to say that I'm the only protector that responds to everything. We do have other protectors, but I'm most times going to either be the one to handle it first, or I will find someone who can handle it. So I kind of take care of all of that. I'm also the main communicator for our system. I talk with everyone the most frequently in the inner world. I check in with everybody the most. I'm kind of just the main, just the main go-between, I guess. If someone has a message for another person in our system, I'm usually the one to deliver it or find that person and seek them out and let them know, hey, so-and-so needs you for something, or wants to give you a message. I do want to stress that just because I am the primary protector, that doesn't make me any more important or better than anyone else in the system. It's just kind of what my job is, but just because I am kind of the jack of all trades protector, it doesn't mean that anybody else is less important in their protector role. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. In addition to that, we also have Bryce, who is a protector as well. He is a physical protector. That is what he prefers to call himself. And what a physical protector means to him, from what I understand anyway, is if we're ever in a situation where physically we are being attacked, or physically we feel like we're in danger somehow, he would be the one to respond first and handle that situation. Fortunately, we haven't had anything like that come up recently, and hopefully it'll stay that way, but that is the role that he decided to take on. And he's a lot better at that sort of thing than us also, because first of all, I'm not really great at handling conflict. If I do have to, I usually am more of the communicator. I like to talk things out. Bryce, on the other hand, would probably fight first and ask questions later. But that's just his style, and that's what works for him. He's also kind of the third in command. Bryce was actually probably the original protector for our system. As far as we know, he was the original protector, because he's been around for probably about as long as Ray has been. And so he was the main, I guess he was kind of the main protector before I came along, and now of course I've kind of taken on that role, and he's totally okay with that. It works for both of us. But he's kind of the third in command now, just because he's still very strong in his protector role as well, and Like if there's a situation that maybe he'd be better suited to handle than me, then he also would come in quite frequently, and he also fronts quite often as well. Like pretty much me, Ray, and Bryce are like the 3 most active fronters in our system. And again, it doesn't make us any more important or anything like that. It just means we're usually the ones that are the closest to the front, and we tend to handle a lot of things in the outside world, or like what I mean, but when I say outside world is I just mean like this physical world that we're in, as opposed to like our headspace, or our inner world. Like that's pretty much his job. He's really good at it. He's also just a really awesome protector in general, in my opinion. He does a really good job at it. And we also have an emotional protector, and that would be Sydney. So first of all, I want to say I think it's really awesome that we have a protector who is a 13-year-old girl, because I think the stereotype for protectors usually is like, oh, well, usually protectors are, you know, big and strong, and they usually tend to lean more towards like the masculine end of things, like they're usually boys or, you know, males or whatever. And first of all, that's just a stereotype. That's not true. Protectors can come in any type of form. They can be any type of person. There's not a specific type of person you need to be in order to be a protector. But I just think it's really awesome that Sid kind of breaks that stereotype in every way possible, because she's 13. She's this petite little thing, like she's like 5 foot nothing. And like she's just an awesome protector. Like she does her job great. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that I think it's really neat that, you know, she kind of proves that protectors can come in all types of ways, like all types of people. But Sydney is our emotional protector, and what she feels her role is in that is basically like an emotional protector is someone who takes care of our emotional state. So if we're like in high anxiety mode or about to have a panic attack, or just like mentally we're just not in a really good place, Sydney is usually the one who will help out a lot with that. And like she'll handle things on the outside end of things too, like if she's fronting, she will try to, like she's very bubbly, she's very cheerful, like she's kind of pretty much just a ray of sunshine. So like she will just, I don't know, like she just brightens our day when she's around, with her like crazy colors and fashion, and you know, I don't know, she's just a fun, loving teenager. I mean, you know, it's just a great energy boost. It's a great like morale boost, I guess, when she's around. But she also handles a lot of things in the inner world as well. Like she likes to pretty much just go around and talk to everybody on a daily basis, and just kind of checks in with everyone, sees how they're doing. If there's something in particular that's bothering them, she always offers an opportunity to talk if they want to talk about it. Like she's always willing to listen and kind of just lend an ear, I guess, if someone needs somebody to talk to. Like she's not very judging at all. She's not going to like tell you what you have to do unless you want advice. I mean, she'll give advice if you want it, but like that's not really her style to just be like, okay, I'm gonna tell you how to fix it. She's just gonna listen. And like, I don't know, like we seem to respond pretty well to that, I think. I think sometimes when people are upset, they just need someone to kind of vent to, and she's really awesome at doing that and just kind of being that person for that. Another form of protector that I wanted to mention that does exist in our system is a caretaker, and that is what Grell is for our system. Grell looks after the littles, so she looks after Tink, Tobias, and Sydney. Sydney's not really a little, like she's actually a lot more self-sufficient because she's a little older, but Grell still looks after her like in a motherly type role, and so she is still technically a caretaker to Sydney as well. But that is basically what a caretaker is. They are a protector for littles of a system, or like younger people, younger members of a system. And like they tend to, at least in our case, Grell tends to handle things more on the inner world side of things. So she doesn't really front often. She does front occasionally, but she more does things in the inner world. And she will just basically be a mother to the kids, and she does an awesome job of it. She's a wonderful support to them, and they look to her like a mother. There are other forms of protectors, and there might be other types of titles for protectors that I may not be covering, but again, I'm more speaking from our own experience, and mostly just wanted to talk about the type of protectors that we have in our system. I do encourage you to go out and do your own research. I can provide some links in the comments on some really awesome resources for that. But again, like, I just wanted to mostly share our own experience and what being a protector means to us individually. So, like I said, like, these are just titles that we chose to give ourselves. It doesn't make us any more important to be a protector in a system. Everybody in the system is there for a reason. They all have like really important reason to be there. And you are welcome to define yourselves however you wish, or don't define yourselves. That's perfectly fine too if you choose not to give yourself the title of a protector or some other title. But we personally like to give ourselves those type of labels just so that we kind of know why we exist a little better. So that's just kind of our own personal preference, but again, it's not necessary to give yourself those type of titles or labels or whatever when you are a system. So don't feel like you have to or anything like that. But like I said, for us, we like having those type of titles for ourselves. It kind of just defines part of who we are and why we exist. So I hope you enjoyed this topic and enjoyed learning more about protectors in our system and what it means to be a protector to us. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will do my best to respond to them. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you are not a subscriber to our channel and you would like to be, please subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified of future videos as they come out. We are trying to keep up with a regular uploading schedule. We've been a little crazy lately and pretty busy, so sorry if we're a little sporadic at the moment, but we're doing our best to try to keep the channel as active as possible. But if we ever do miss an upload like one week, I apologize. We're trying our best to stay on top of it, but I mean, real life stuff does happen. But thank you so much for watching, and okay, I'm gonna try a sign off, so I'm sorry if it sounds really dumb, but this is something I've been wanting to do. So I'm going to end this video by saying, always keep being your amazing selves. Take care, y'all.